very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico Bikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner we sell, and you know, because I have so young, and I jam away, and I get Faros, or Nana, all the other then so no one in and you went out of his Tahara to the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you were not but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico Bikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner we sell, and you know, because I have so young, and I jam away, and I get Faros, or Nana, all the other then so no one in and you went out of his Tahara to the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you were not He said. But you know what? I don't like you doing that's how I is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. Why should the government brought them in? Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where will the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a rail line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Onagi, you come to Ebema, you come to Agule, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building the way to Niger, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport. Refinery. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out. Pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay. When things happen, go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. You must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You are marginalized. You are being
discriminated against, you're suffering, they're killing you everywhere, and you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Kanu to President Biden. In it, Abubakar said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I say that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting them. Most of them think in Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ana ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, It's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the
broadcast. Contrary to section 196,
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what they are not saying. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. It's not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what the Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that they entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct the trial is not done anywhere. And you wonder why God trusts you. What justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless. You cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want you to talk to me. Show me the law. Don't try that. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court's judgment you don't respect. That's why we in the place. Why we in the court of law? Britain and Biafra, the case for genocide examined. This is the irrefutable fact and the figures pointing to the fact that Britain is complicit in genocide. If you're wondering why Biafra is not listed as a genocide case, it's because of this very article, as outlined by The Spectator, a British publication on the 26th of December 1968. That is why you can write the list of genocide all over the world. There will be no Biafra. Do you know who excluded Biafra from the list? Britain, because of the role they played. We have this very article here. It is from the Spectator archive. How Britain committed genocide. How Britain you're looking at is actually as bad as Hitler. Nazi party. We have all the proof here. The only reason why the Nazis were held to account was because the Jews were living in Europe. Biafrans are in the darkest West Africa. Nobody gives a damn about them. It is also in the Bible that they will kill you, you will cry, but nobody will come to your rescue. I am reading from Aubrey Wall's report on the 26th of December 1968, published in the Spectator newspaper of United Kingdom in Great Britain. That very publication outlined the case of genocide against the British Christianity. You must listen very, very carefully. For as long as any Christian, liberal or humanitarian tradition survives, the year 1968 will be remembered of implementing one aspect of its peacetime foreign policy. That peacetime foreign policy is one Nigeria, because the British, they are white people. They created Nigeria because a white man created Nigeria, Who is a black man to try and break it? The world cleverly forgot that there was no Nigeria before the white man came. There was no Nigeria before the British came. Nigeria was created by a white man, not by African people. Your ancestors did not create one Nigeria. Your forefathers did not create one Nigeria. It was a white man, Beture, that came and created one Nigeria. The British government at the time, under Harold Wilson's Labour Party, wanted to maintain this white supremacist approach. We are white people. How dare you black monkeys from Africa try to break something that we created? As I told you before, as I read yesterday from the scriptures, as Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land, British people did not know about it. Till tomorrow morning, ordinary British people don't know what their government did, because there was a blanket coverage all the way throughout. No independent media. People like The Spectator or the likes of Frederick Forsyth, who we are reporting, nobody was paying attention to them, because BBC decided that Biafran people must be killed. How dare you try to stop what we created in Black Africa? Who are you to create Biafra? We are God. Very few people in England have any awareness of the fact that their own country, Britain, was committing atrocity, mass murder in Black Africa. Like most Germans after the war, they will be able to say that they did not know what was being done in their name. British people don't know that their government was killing millions upon millions of people in Biafra land for the sake of the British, ordinary British, so they can be looked upon as God, that they are the creators of everything that they survey. Although photographs of the atrocities being perpetrated in Biafra have appeared in most newspapers, the general impression given by the captions and news coverage is that the children are starving to death as the result of famine brought about by the war. Lies did not begin today. Britain was going about covering their lies. But do you know that the reason why Biafra doesn't come up as a major genocide case is because Britain will be implicated in it? The same way that the world viewed Germans after the whole Nazi debacle is how the world would have viewed Britain. They don't want to be seen as mass killers, so they go about pretending. They go about suppressing the very fact that Biafrans were murdered in their millions. Who killed them? Britain and go on. Here is irrefutable fact. This very article was written by a white man saying that their country was committing genocide. Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land. Britain is complicit in the death of millions of people in Biafra land, and even their own people know it. BBC will say, oh no, it is people are starving because of famine. We don't suffer from famine in Biafra land. We have rainy season. There is no famine. We have never had any famine in Biafra land before in our history. Never. All of a sudden, there is famine. Not a single newspaper has seen it fit. Even The Spectator was angry. This very white man writing was so upset as to what was happening. Not a single newspaper in England has seen fit to point out that the children are dying as a direct and intended result of a siege which is supported by the British government. When I told you that Britain enforced air, land and sea blockade, it's called a siege, you won't believe me. But here it is being confirmed by white people. This is an article written by a white man in a British newspaper as far back as 1968, reminding the British people that you people are here pretending you don't know what is happening. Your government is killing people in Biafra. Biafran people are dying as a direct result of the blockade of Biafra land by the British. It's very clear for the world to see. Very, very clear for the world to see. And they will pay the compensation for this. We are presenting to you this very evening the irrefutable fact and figures that we did not fight Hausa Fulani. They are nobody. We fought the British. The British enforced a very criminal air, land and sea blockade to stop us from getting food and arms during the war. But Britain was writing to Russia, asking Russia to provide arms to go on. Without the British, we will take over Hausa land in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we take it over. It's the British supporting them. And the evidence is here for the whole world to see. Everybody must have a copy of this. Very, very critical and important. So that when you look at Britain, you know that Britain are killers. When you look at the British government, you will know that they are murderers. The same way you view Adolf Hitler is how you should view a British government, because they are also killers.
In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on.
If you don't believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at the Africa Union. We have a case of, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on our morning program. We appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Invite someone to join us on this very morning program. We have come to do what we always do on daily basis, to preach the gospel of Biafra. For the sake of those that are joining us for the very first time, or those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want you to know that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come to our platform to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or to attack individuals. We don't come here for any propaganda or blackmails. We don't come to this platform for saga. The only thing that we promote on this platform is Biafra. We present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do in this platform. We present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. And that we will continue to present to the world. When we say Biafra is the only remedy, we are not excluding other regions, we are not ignoring other regions or looking down on other regions. When we say Biafra is only remedy, all we mean is that disintegration remains the only solution. By the time you allow the Biafrans to go their separate ways, the Yoruba Republic will go their way, the Middle Belt will go their ways, and Arewa will go their ways. Each and every one of them will go and create a country according to their value system. That is the ultimate solution. We are not speaking about an experiment. It's something that has been tried and it worked. It has been tried in many continents, in Europe, in Asia, in America. It has been tried and it works perfectly well. That is why we are adopting that solution. A lasting solution to the failed state Nigeria, to the genocide that is happening in Nigeria. It doesn't matter who the genocide is against. And there is no doubt that there is genocide against the Christians in Nigeria. In the midst of the death, the terrorism that is happening in Nigeria, the only solution remains Biafra. Disintegrate Nigeria, create country according to value system, let the people defend their land. We appreciate the effort the United States of America is making to defend the people in that contraption. We appreciate all the effort that Donald Trump is putting in. But at the same time, we are talking about a very lasting solution. We are dealing with a system that is foundational. We are dealing with a lifestyle of a people that cannot be changed. The only thing you can do is to allow these people to operate in their own region and in their own zone. You don't even need to waste your resources. You don't need to waste the life of your soldiers.
You don't need to risk anything. All you need to put on the table is the disintegration of Nigeria. As soon as you put that on the table, every region will wake up and protect their territory. Every region will know their boundary. And every region in Nigeria, every country that is moved into Nigeria has the capacity to safeguard themselves. The Northern Caliphate, the Arewa people, have the capacity to protect themselves. The Yoruba Republic have the capacity to protect themselves. The Middle Belt have the capacity to protect themselves. And the Biafran people, of course, have demonstrated on several occasions that we have the capacity to protect our land and defend our land. The only thing that is making the people vulnerable is that title, Nigeria. Once you put them into that cage, you take away their power. You make them helpless. You take away their forces. You make them helpless. And you make them vulnerable to these terrorists that are coming all the way from the core north, trying to take over the entire nation. The concern we have is a very genuine concern. We are seeking for a lasting solution. That is why we are choosing the path we are choosing. We are not speaking out of hatred. We are not speaking out of anger. We are not speaking out of strife, envy, or jealousy. No. We are speaking because we are concerned about humanity. It is a threat against humanity. That is what we are seeing in Nigeria today. A country where people are dying in hundreds on a daily basis. The number of people that are losing their life on a daily basis in Nigeria is greater than the number of people that lose their life in war-torn zones. It is not a hearsay, not a propaganda. These are facts that you can verify yourself. Wherever you are and you are watching this program, I want you to pay attention and watch with an open heart. You might not agree with us in everything that we say. There is no law that says you must agree with us. You are entitled to your own opinion. But it is good if you can listen with an open mind. At the end of the day, you make your conclusion and go ahead with your decisions. We cannot force you to do anything against your will. Definitely never. Whatever decision you take today remains yours. Because at the end of the day, there will be consequences for every decision that we make in life. Keep your envy, jealousy, greed. Keep them aside. Keep your pride and ego aside. Let us discuss as human. Wear that cloth of humanity in you. Take back the conscience that Chukwu Okama put in you and let us discuss as human beings. The situation of the contraption called Nigeria has got to end. For a long time, this very situation has been in the secret. Nobody wants to speak about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. For a long time, the genocide against the Biafran people, more especially, has been going on. Nobody wants to talk about it. In fact, they try as much as possible to cover it up. And those you expect to talk about it are the ones that are involved in the crime. So you can understand why they don't want the genocide of the Biafran to make a headline. For one reason or the other, the people that are concerned are seeing Biafrans as a threat. Right from amalgamation, they have always seen us as a threat. From the moment they came into that very location, in that contraption, and they found it difficult to conquer the people in the southeast. We fought them brutally during the Ekumeko War. They saw how organized we are. They knew that we are not pushover. And from then, they have laid a plan to make sure they keep us in check. Even if it takes handing us over to enemies, to terrorists, they will do that. That's exactly what they are doing now. But we will not be silent. They took away our Supreme Nnamdi Kanu, who was in the front line, speaking up. Every single thing he has said has come to pass. When they took him away, kidnapping from Kenya, extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria, continued to abuse his right, the entire world kept silent. Mazi Samanapa came on board, tried to rescue Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and did everything he could to save the people. They went after him through Finland and they took him out. Today we are here by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam, and we are still talking, we are still speaking. And I bet you they can never stop us. It doesn't matter how they try, it doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter under which umbrella they operate. As long as there is a Biafran that's still alive, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will speak through him. Mazi Samanapa will speak through him. And the freedom of Biafra will definitely come. Today we have come once again, as we do every day, to make our voice heard. There is nothing we are going to say today that you have not heard before. But repetition is for emphasis. There is no message you will hear today in the course of this Biafra that someone else has not preached before. But don't keep silent and say because it has been said before, you will not say it again. Say it over and over and over again. Just like as I always say, that we continue to push until something happens. Those offices where you are rejected, go back there. Those places where you have written a letter and didn't get a reply, write again. Those protests you have consented, you have done and they didn't pay attention, protest again. Those messages you have preached and nobody responded, preach it again. If there is any time to be silent, it is not now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Samanapa need us now more than ever. They need you and I. And we will never disappoint them. So as many as are able to join us this morning, I can understand we are having a great attack in our platform. It is expected. It is not new. I have been facing this attack for more than a decade. I have been facing this attack for more than a decade on social media. But I'm not moved. Even if I lose this platform, I will create another one and I'll be back. I have lost so many big platforms. I didn't start with this platform. This is not my first platform, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. Not even the fifth. I cannot change my topic because of anybody or because of any group or because of any man. I will not. And as I have always said, I am not a content creator. I'm not coming here to create content for you to be happy or for you to be angry or to entice you or to make you watch. No, I'm not creating content. I'm speaking about reality, the things that are necessary, the things that you know but you ignore. There is nothing I'm saying here that all of us have not had before. Many of the things we say are just repetitions to call back your attention to something you ignored, even when you had it, when you've seen it. We will continue. So when you join the program, if they kick you out, find your way back. If you don't get notification, you know my time for broadcast is always morning hours. Come up and check and check. When you don't see notification, just come and check by yourself. Check. Come and check. I will be online. I'm always online in the morning and evening. Even if I don't come online, I will still post a video to cover up that evening. It is a promise, and I'm keeping it by the special grace of Scope Gabriel for the cause of my freedom. Today, we are going to speak on a topic which says how northern politicians fueled Nigeria insecurity. They cover up. Time for US to act. This is the topic we're going to discuss. You know, I told you that so many times we're going to be discussing those topics that is making them uncomfortable. That is what we'll be discussing. It doesn't matter. They attack us, they pull us down, we come up again. We're going to discuss how northern politicians fueled Nigeria insecurity. They cover up. Time for USA to act. The United States of America. A lot has happened in the Zoological Republic. But one thing is that people have a very short memory. It happens, they talk about it, and the next minute they move on. The insecurity we are seeing in Nigeria did not start yesterday or today. And when you see them trying to change chief of army staff, change this and change that, all these are formalities. It's not going to be. Instead, it will get the situation worse. It is the same old people that they recycle over and over again. How northern politicians and elites caused the insecurity crisis, and why US must act now. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome every one of you that have been able to make it to this very morning program. Wherever you are watching us from, lovers of freedom, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. All the lovers of truth across the world, all the lovers of justice, lovers of freedom, I welcome every one of you. Today's message is not just a discussion. It is an expose. It's an exposition that people know. You know it, I know it. But somehow, the Nigerian media play it down. Somehow, even the citizens pretend that it's not happening. But we will keep on reminding them and throw it on their face. So our today's program is not just discussion, it is an exposure. It is a call for international moral responsibility. It is a call for United States and the global community to understand what Nigeria, especially Biafrans, have endured for years. We have endured a lot for years. And that is why we can't afford to be silent. Not now, when the opportunity presents itself. We cannot afford to be silent. Never. Before insecurity become a national disaster, before bandits spread across the Northwest, before violent groups overwhelm communities, there were choices made by those in power. Before Nigeria got to where it is today, before you began to see all these different kinds of names, different groups of bandits and terrorists that have lost count, there were choices made by those in power. There were choices that were made. Let's be clear. The crisis you are seeing today did not just emerge naturally. The terrorism you are seeing in Nigeria today, it didn't just emerge naturally. It didn't just come up. It didn't just come up. It did not just start overnight. What you are seeing in Nigeria today, the terrorism, the insecurity, it didn't just start overnight. You didn't just wake up and it just started. No, that is not true. And it was not caused by ordinary Nigerians. The insecurity I see today was not caused by ordinary Nigerians that found themselves in that contraption. They are not the cause of the insecurity I see today. The insecurity I see today grew because of certain political actors. They used insecurity as a political instrument, ignored warnings, and empowered groups they never controlled. That is the genesis of everything you are seeing today. But most times you see them when they come, they shift the blame to the citizens. They shift the blame to individuals. They shift the blame to ordinary people. Sometimes they come and they blame poverty. All these are excuses and lies that does not hold water. And we are here to bust their bubble. We will continue to do what we have to do. The crisis you are seeing today in Nigeria, the terrorism you are seeing today in Nigeria, is called by northern politicians. It's as a result of northern politician decision. That is what created the terrorists you see in Nigeria today. The terrorists you see in Nigeria today were created by the northern politicians. That is why even today, they are not ready to fight it. Instead, they make bargains for them. They reach deals with them. They tell you to negotiate with them. Because it is their handmaid. Their children are involved in it. Their brothers are involved in it. Their uncles are involved in it. And they would never be ready to fight it. What you are seeing, the terrorism you are seeing today, the takeover of Nigeria today to Islamize it by force, is a political gamble that backfired. For years, powerful elite in the north believed they could use violent group to strengthen influence, intimidate opponent, and control electoral outcome. Warnings we are given about the danger, they don't care. They even come out and tell you that they are foot soldiers. And that is how they see them, they are foot soldiers. These people will never stop. And this is more reason why the United States should look at disintegration as the only solution. Disintegration remains the only solution. What you are seeing today is a direct consequence of what the northern governors did. The northern leaders, they created the monster, not by mistake. They created a monster intentionally that has grown today. And when you see them cry, they don't cry. Their cry is not sincere. Today, the entire contraption is paying the price. Today, the whole country is paying the price of what a group did. You see why countries are created according to value system. The value system of people in the core north and that of the south is not the same and will never be the same. Their value system is different. Our value system in the south is different. There is nothing you can do to appease them. Nothing whatsoever. Terrorism is part of them. And most time they use religion to confuse them. And for as long we are not in line with them, we are not in their religion, there's nothing you will say that will make sense to them. Nothing you will say that will make sense to them. But today, the terrorists they created has now become the nemesis of that contraption. And for anybody to think you can stop terrorism in Nigeria, you're wasting your time. Just like I said before, the United States have done well by calling the attention of the world on situation in Nigeria. But if you want to solve that problem, the only solution remains disintegration. To your tent, O Israel, every man go his separate ways. Create country according to value system. Only then and then you would have saved humanity. The failure of leadership in that British created entity will continue. Today, instead of confronting rising violence, many of them today choose silence. Instead of dismantling dangerous networks, some act as if the situation would never spread. They pretend. Their decision, their alliances, and their neglect open the door for insecurity to become a national catastrophe. And it's not ending anytime soon. If you think it's going to end anytime soon, you are joking. You are a joker. And it is much more disturbing because you are joking with your own life. Because they're not going to stop. Crimes are ignored. When perpetrators feel untouchable, when political actors shield their allies, insecurity grew like wildfire. That is exactly what happened in the situation of Nigeria. The people in the northern part of Nigeria feel untouchable. They are untouchable. Not just that they feel, they are untouchable. For the mere fact that you are from the northern part of Nigeria, you are untouchable in Nigeria. You can do anything and go scot-free. That is why you see them today. They openly defend the bandit. They openly tell the federal government to negotiate with the bandits, give them their rights, give them what they need. They don't hide about it. You know, initially when they push one person to speak about that issue, some of you thought it was just an opinion of one man. But finally today it is clear that that one man was a voice speaking for the entire North. That one man is a voice speaking for the entire Northern Nigeria. And today, the whole North are either negotiating, paying ransom, recruiting, and re-imputing people into the military. I bumped into a video where they were having their summit recently, and they want to contribute 1 billion for security in the North. All the core northern states, they are still busy equipping their people. But what do you have in the southeast, in the south? What do you have there? What do you have there? What you see in those areas is the government of the day fighting against those that want to protect their people. They try as much as they can to weaken the people, the citizens of the land, and so that the terrorists will come in and take them at will. It is a sad situation, but we are not going to give up. We will continue to fight this battle no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult it is. There is no going back. Everything you see today that is happening in that zoo is created by the northern elites, intentionally, not by mistake. For their own selfish interest. That is why they created so much insecurity and continue to create. And when you hear about Islamization of Nigeria, it is not a joke, it is a reality. Because some people felt they're going to use religion to manipulate others to control the resources. They have done it on several occasions and they work for them, and they are going on with that project, using religion to manipulate people to take over the resources. But as Chukwu Okabema lives, no inch of Biafra land will be ceded out to any idiot. They will not succeed. Everything you see today was created by the politicians. Banditry didn't simply appear. And these people they call bandits, we know they are terrorists. I don't know what kind of bandit will shoot down an aircraft. What kind of bandit will have an anti-aircraft missile? What kind of bandit will take over an entire village? We know that these are terrorists. But the same people that put them in place decide to give them a soft name, a soft landing name, so that it can be acceptable to you. And so many of you accept them. You call them bandit. The political leaders created these terrorist groups for their own selfish interests. They supply them with the weapons they are using. And when we say this thing, it is not just that we're saying, there are evidence of it on the video. On their national TV, there's still evidence. We have seen members of some lawmakers indicted in having meeting with the terrorists, helping them to keep their ammunition, even buying trucks and guns for them. They intentionally allow ungoverned area, and they allow the bandits to take over, and bandits to be collecting tax. The terrorists will be collecting tax from farmers, and they will carry it in their news, and they will do nothing. Intelligent warnings are ignored at all times. When you report a violent group, they will treat them as useful tools. That is why a northern politician will come and tell you that the bandits are their foot soldiers. The Boko Haram are their foot soldiers. And that is the way they treat. That is why you can never see them talking about going after them. What you see is negotiate. The governors, all the governors in the corner are already negotiating. Every one of them is already on the path of the negotiation. It is sad, but that is the situation. That is very unbearable, and there's nothing you can do. The only thing we can do is to get out of Nigeria before it is too late. Because the ship is about to capsize. Get out for as quick as you can. In all these atrocities the politicians commit in northern part of Nigeria and all these things they put in place, the result is a crisis that has consumed communities, displaced families, and destabilized the entire nation called Nigeria. I use nation because, for formality's sake, we know that Nigeria is not a nation. It's not, and will never be. The world has to pay attention, because what is happening in Nigeria matters to the world. It matters to the world. They must pay attention. If these terrorists succeed in taking over the economy of Nigeria, they can do anything. They can go to anywhere. They can take on any country. They must wake up and do something. And one of the quickest and the easiest thing to do is to recognize Biafra. Recognize Biafra and any other group that emerges. They can defend themselves. You don't need to risk your soldiers. They will defend themselves. Insecurity in Nigeria is not a local crisis anymore. everyone that is watching this program, whether you are a Nigerian or non-Nigerian, know that insecurity in Nigeria is not a local crisis anymore. It is not. It is an international crisis. It affects regional stability in West Africa. It impacts global security framework. It threatens international economic interests. So, insecurity in Nigeria is not a local crisis anymore. The United States cannot claim to defend democracy, human rights, and global peace while ignoring largest security collapse in Africa. The largest security collapse in Africa, most populated nation of Africa. So what we are seeing is a global crisis. It is not just a local crisis, as some of you might say it. It is a global crisis, and attention needs to be paid. The world needs to pay attention. The US need to pay attention and do something now. It is not just about military involvement. It's a call for moral and diplomatic accountability. We have provided the level ground, the level ground for real and genuine security. Biafra. We will say it over and over and over and again until you hear Biafra. While we are waiting for it and going, US must pay attention, demand transparency on how insecurity escalated. And you will find out that the reason this insecurity escalated is because of value system. Those in the north feel it is normal. Interview them, they'll tell that what they're doing is normal. Some of them will go to the extent of quoting Quran for you. The world must pay attention. Support international investigation into political enabling of violent groups. We must begin to investigate these politicians. Siphoning money and taking abroad and then sponsoring terrorists. Nigeria must be pressed to protect human rights, to protect human rights defenders, and peaceful voices calling for reform. They must be protected. Nnamdi Kanu must be protected. Simon Ekpa must be protected. The world must pay attention. Support regional security reform to prevent violent network from expanding. We must stand with communities affected by the crisis, not with political actors who created it. The people are crying out, and the people are seeking for help. The world must pay attention and help now. The world must help. They can continue to deny for all I care. They can continue to pretend they are not seeing what is happening. But I bet you, no matter how they pretend, that will not stop us from speaking up and exposing the truth. The North is completely responsible for the terrorism we are seeing today. The northern part of Nigeria, their elites, the politicians, they have a big role to play in what happened. They did it, they planned it, and they executed it. Later on, they come back and they blame you, they blame me. For years, people shouting for reform were mocked. People demanding justice were labeled enemies. People pointing to the political roots of insecurity were silenced. When you tell them where the problem lies and where it started, they get uncomfortable. They will silence you. Just like Nnamdi. The only reason they silenced Mazi Nnamdi and Mazi Samuel was because of the revelations they were making. They were making a lot of revelations, telling us the source of the problem and how it can be solved. They don't want to hear the truth. Once they hear you speaking the truth, they go after you. Just like you see many people that they have been able to eliminate. But will that make us to stop or run away? No. The insecurity crisis you see in Nigeria today was manufactured by political decision. And the consequence has reached every corner of the country. Every corner of the country is now feeling the consequence of that evil. And if you think it's going to stop, it is not stopping today. We have to take action. Every one of us has to take action. My people, this is the time to speak. This is the time to raise awareness anywhere you find yourself. This is time to demand international attention. Share the live stream. Do your own part and let Chukwu Abiyama do his. The global institutions, human rights organizations, U.S. influence, and policy advocates. These are very important. People have to pay attention and look towards it. Don't get distracted. Insecurity does not destroy a nation overnight. Insecurity does not destroy a nation overnight. It destroys it slowly through years of political irresponsibility. That's what we see in Nigeria. But truth rebuilds accountability, rebuild. Voices like yours, rebuild. Chukwu will never be silent. Let the world hear what Nigeria refuses to admit publicly. We will continue to say, we will continue to speak about it. That thing they refuse to accept or admit, we will continue to talk about it. The crisis you see in Nigeria today is preventable, and those who caused it must not be shielded. We stand on the truth, and we stand for justice. The only painful thing is that when you come to the southeast, it's a different ball game. While the north is busy protecting their terrorists, in the southeast, the innocents are being persecuted. The innocents are being attacked. They don't even want to hear anything about their own brother. That is why recently somebody made a video and was asking why they are attacking, because they were attacking the governor of Abia State. Somebody were saying, why would the governor of Abia State go and visit Mazi Nnamdi? He didn't deserve it. Why must he go? And I laughed. It is sad how everything has degenerated to this level. It is sad how everything has somersaulted to this level. But no matter what happens, I urge you, my fellow Biafrans, don't give up. Do not give up. Everything you are seeing, they are doing it so that you can give up and run away. No. Don't give up. Our future is still bright. And we can still do a lot of things. Our future is bright.
What led to it at this point, and what?
Let's pay attention to this message and hear this discussion that are coming from VOP.
Why should we have such play out? Let us also, why you talk about that, and look at the fact that according to the spokesperson of the president, that the president is not in negotiation with any bandit or terror group member, saying that even the release of the school children from KB and also the church people from Eruku has nothing to do with negotiations, citing that some persons could go in for the talk, but not the government itself. Let's get your opinion on this, please.
Look, whenever these people want to lie, at least let them lie with intelligence. Let them not lie in such a way that even kindergarten children will understand and know where they're going.
Are you saying this is a lie?
If it is not like that, what is it? That they did not negotiate with terrorists?
Ask him.
Bayo Nonoga, who is the president's special assistant. I'm sure that man cannot make such a decision without the knowledge of the president. And he still retain his job. He cannot do that. So what are they talking about?
No, Bayo Nonoga said there was discussion. He didn't say anything about negotiation from what we heard or what we gathered.
There was a phone call.
There was a discussion, and the reason for the discussion was they noticed that the bandits were using the innocent school children as human shield. But we also saw that the presidency told Nigerians that it took the help of the NAF, that's the National Air Force, and also that of the military to do the bombardment. And then before nobody's happening, we'll have these people released and they are reunited with their family members. So, Barrister, why are we having conflicting information?
No. When NAF was bombing, he didn't bomb the captives, Abi.
Nigerians are asking for the dead bodies of the perpetrators, the terrorists, if need be. But we were told that they just told us the story, which is that the school girls have been released and they've been reunited with their family members, all thanks to the government. And no one was hurt, no one was harmed. We also saw the video where the girls were being asked by the terrorists or the bandits that kidnapped them, did we hurt you? And they were responding and all that, more like, be careful.
You just told me now that they said they bombarded the terrorists. That was why they were able to release their captive, their Abi. So when they were doing the bombing, nobody died, Abi. No single person died. Fina, please, they have insulted us enough. At this point, they should start thinking what to say again.
Barrister, is it the government or people who are a bit overzealous that, because now we were getting from Daniel Bwala that the federal government will not hold talks with any terrorist group. But we learned also from Nuhu Ribadu that he went to Kotangura, where the St. Mary's School was situated. And after the visit, he came up to tell Nigerians that we should not fret, that the school children are well taken care of, that they are okay where they are. There's no cause for alarm. So what does this really portend? Are we seeing the government speaking from the two sides of the mouth, or the people who find themselves within the government place at this point trying to, more like have an overreach or speak more than they should for the government?
When they are telling you lies and you do not challenge or interrogate it, they will tell you more lies. But when you question it, they will now look for a way to tell another lie on top of the first one they told you. Because that's what is going on here. Bayo no longer had a TV interview, Abi, right, where he told us how he made a phone call, how he had a discussion with them, and all that. Is that not true? Has anybody disputed that? The answer is no. This other one they're telling you now about the children are okay, the school children are okay, no problem, they are taken care of. How did they come to know that? They visited them where they are, and they now see that they are okay. Or is it not that the terrorists are giving them that assurance while they are looking for money to release them? Is that not what is going on here?
Barrister, how sure are we that it is money? Because Bola went further to explain that several factors can influence such outcome, the outcome of releasing of kidnapped victims and all that. I don't know if you actually have any idea of what such actions can be.
The only action is money. Fina, the only action is money. That is the only language these kidnappers understand. That's the only language they know. The only action is money. Apart from that, forget it.
Now, Barrister, there are concerns about the fact that the officials have said that they were swift and, of course, decisive in the path of getting these girls back to their parents. Should these in any way give more public assurance to the people? Plus the fact that this strikes more like they are on top of the whole situation. Should the public be very much more assured?
If you calculate the number of people they have kidnapped in the last 3 weeks, in the last 3 weeks, they are over 500. And so, where are the people? That they brought out back 38 people and this other 25 or so. Does it add up? The remaining people, Uncle, the one they kidnapped in that Niger school, the Catholic leaders there said they are over 315. So how many has come back? You can see. I'm sure whenever they want to tell this lie, they don't even remember that they have told one lie before.
All right, then.
And they said the liar should have good memory, so that they will remember all the lies they have been telling us.
Oh, well. Let's get to our virtual analyst this beautiful afternoon. Mr. Ismail Oladari, a very good afternoon to you. Let's establish communication first. Please unmute your mic so we can hear you better, because we can't hear you right now.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good afternoon to you, and thank you so very much.
Again, sorry.
Thank you so very much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, then let's have your take about the fact that the presidential spokesperson, I'm talking about Dane Buala, has clearly said that the country and, of course, this government is not negotiating with terrorists. Of course, therefore, there are other ways to do this conversation, and there is no negotiation in that mix. Thus, the reason why we see these schoolgirls returning back to their parents. What's your take about this statement, as against the fact that Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesperson, also had said that the presidency, the administration carefully had a conversation with these bandits, and of course, these students and these children were released. What's the position with this conflicting, I must say, kind of statement?
Government is convinced, and it is so obvious, and this is a testament to that fact. On one hand, they are saying one thing; on the second hand, they are saying another thing. And it's also the reason why they contradict themselves. Onanuga will say one thing, another spokesperson will say another thing. And it's also a fact that when they tell you they negotiated, or they don't want to even come out to agree that they've negotiated with these bandits, but the fact remains that they've been negotiating with them. And when you now confront them as the reason why, as the fact that when you pay ransom, you are emboldening these bandits the more, what they'll tell you is that they have hostages, they need to be very diplomatic so that the hostage won't be victim at the end. All those things to gloss over what they've been doing wrongly. But it's also a fact that there are several cases of kidnappings, terrorism across the world, and there have been hostages. And we've seen actions by serious governments where they will, take out the bandits without affecting their victims, right? So it's happening all over the world. But the reason why our own governments are unable to do this and presenting this as an excuse is the fact that, like we've been saying over and over again, they are complicit.
Should we be concerned?
Terrorism.
Should we be concerned
so they don't have
about the fact that
to actually clear out these bandits as they were?
Well, let me still stay with you, Mr. Ismail. Should we be concerned about the fact that the government is trying everything possible to returning these children and, of course, victims of these bandits back to their homes? The way and the approach they go about it, should that be a concern, or should the returning of these people safely to their families be the very, very priority that we are talking about?
The way they go about, because if you get them to their homes today, what is the probability and the possibility that they won't kidnap them again tomorrow? Right? So when you embolden these kidnappers just because you just need to get the victims safely to their home, you get them safely to their home for them to be kidnapped again tomorrow, because you've emboldened these criminals again, you've given them more resources to kidnap tomorrow. And when they kidnap them tomorrow again, they will have more victims. So next tomorrow now, you want to save more victims.
All right, then.
To negotiate more with these bandits. So this is what we are saying. The method is as important as the victims they are getting out.
All right. Now, you said something, Mr. Ismail Oladari. You say that the government is complicit. Is it the government at this point, or are we seeing some people within the military being more like aiding these terrorists from carrying out their activity? For example, let's take a cue from what played out during the Chibok girls kidnap, and how we were told although 82 of the girls are still in captivity. Not all of them were reunited with their family members. But we have this information making waves where we're told that the then president of US sent the military into Nigeria to help, pull out to rescue the girls. But they saw that what they discussed with the military to be the only way on how to rescue the girls, which is using gas to get into the den of the Boko Haram insurgent group members and pass them out and take out the girls. The information was leaked to them even before they could carry out that operation. Is it the government at this point, or are we seeing some sympathizers of these terrorists who we know, according to the information we gather, are now within our military sabotaging the effort of the government to end the issue of insecurity?
Exactly, this is it. The reason why we say they are all complicit is the fact that when you hear that, okay, somebody in the military is doing so, or the military is compromised, you, as the GCFR, in charge of all these security apparatuses, what have you been doing about it? When news comes out that, okay, so person, so general, so person within the military, even the ranks and file are compromised, you as the president, what are you doing? The government, what are they doing about it? Or are we saying that the government now doesn't have control over the military? Right? So if they are not doing anything, they are complicit as much. Okay. Right? So the military general will come out and say, or a soldier will come out and say, we want to engage the bandits, but we got order that we should disengage, showing that one of our Oga is part of them.
In the west of Lieutenant General T.Y. Burutai retired, he said that we should call the military some slack, that they are working with the names made available from the state governors. So if we have people who are Boko Haram members or insurgent members have their names on the list, then we should go back to the state governors, ask patients, why should they field in such individuals? Recall that the military does not really have, information of the people that want to join them and all that. So do you also think at this point that we should cut the military some slack and take the blame back to the state governors?
No, we blame them all because we have different intelligence, different facts, and different stories to point to the fact that a lot of these military generals are complicit. Okay. So definitely will come some slack to our rank and file soldiers that are on the battlefield all the time, right? We'll definitely call them the slack. But these top generals, a lot of them are complicit, just like the government are. Because, I remember a case recently, like some weeks ago, where one of the soldiers came out to, indict one of the generals. And what happened was the fact that the soldier that actually came out to indict his Oga was actually the one that was now victimized and was disciplined. Nothing happened to the so-called general that was, indicted. And the government didn't do anything about that as well. So these are the premises where we can now lay the fact that, they are all compromised.
All right, then.
They are all complicit.
All right, then let's take this conversation back to the studio here. Barrister, interestingly, International Observer.
Yeah, welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, bro. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother. Thank you.
Go ahead and talk to us.
Yes.
On their so-called insecurity today, which they created by themselves.
Yeah.
The insecurity the northern region created.
Yeah.
That's the main thing we talk about today.
Yeah, they are fooling themselves. They think they are fooling us, but they are just rubbishing themselves because they created it and they are the one regulating it, trying to, sort of like engineer the way it goes. So, but the good thing is that the Western world, notably the United States, they are smarter than them, so they know what is going on. They know that everything the government is doing is just shambolic. And because, you have to be if not the most, one of the most stupidest human being on earth, not to know what is going on in Nigeria. You know, it's just appalling. You know, everything they do is lies and lies. They are not even ashamed of it. And the people, some people, I won't say everybody, but some people know that they are lying. The government is as complicit and yeah, well, they are just as complicit as the terrorists. It's as simple as that. If you try to put it any other way, you are making a mockery of yourself. If you try to spin it around, you are just making yourself look stupid. Because, like I said, the government, this Tinubu Yoruba government, is as complicit in the terrorism going on as anyone else, as the terrorists themselves, as the Fulani Islamic terrorists. It's as simple as that. And what gives me joy is that the US power brokers, they are aware of it. They know it. Listen to Ted Cruz. Listen to so many of them. They know this. So let Nigerians continue to, exhibit that black man's syndrome. Yeah, cowardice, coupled with stupidity and evilness of heart. Everybody is just a sad scenario, to be honest with you, because where do I start from? Now he went and brought Christopher Musa, maybe to appease or to make it look like it's not one-sided stuff, like he's a Christian, blah blah blah. But that don't mean nothing, and it's not gonna. It doesn't change anything. It's not gonna change nothing.
Nothing.
Because Shetima, a terrorist, Shetima is the vice president of Tinubu, a non-terrorist. He apportioned a duty to himself. He personally apportioned the security department to himself for the past 2 years, going to 3 years. And we've seen the security situation in the country now under Shetima. So that is like, yeah, you take the key to the kitchen and handed it over to the rat. What do you expect is going to happen to the pot of soup, bro? Shetima, who is a terrorist, one of the founders, who harbors them, who financed them, who coordinates with them, and he took the position of security affairs in the country. And we see where the country is now. It's it's collapsed. Nigeria has collapsed, bro. When we say that, people think that, it's an overnight thing. No, it's a gradual process, but trust me, Nigeria is finished. There's something I saw this morning. I think it was this morning while I was preparing in Edo State. There's this guy. I've seen him sometime in the past. He's like championing local vigilante, stuff like that, His name is Harrison. That is the name they call him, Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison.
Oh, you had the name too, right?
Yeah, Harrison, he's very popular in social media now. The one that follows these kidnapping things and sometimes
okay, he's as popular as Very Dark Man too, whom Christopher Musa invited sometime, maybe a few years ago when he was still the chief of army, whatever. So asked him to help him, He asked Very Dark Man to help him. So, but this Harrison, what happened was that a couple were kidnapped in Edo State there. So he went after the kidnappers and the arrangement was reached. The kidnappers asked for 50 million. They negotiated for 20 million. And the couples and their family, they rallied around and they got the 20 million. So they handed it over to Harrison to go and give to the terrorists. Somewhere along the line, he cut his own out. He just, and so he took his own, about 5 point something million from what I heard. And he came out to talk about it because on the run now they are trying to find him, the police. So what happened is he gave the terrorists incomplete amount, and the terrorists called to say that, oh, we're not going to release them because you know. So then they reported to the police, and the police now start looking for Harrison. Why did he not complete the money? Because you see, they are all working. You know, how many times have we said it in the past? Nigeria is finished. This is the most evil demonic entity on the face of the earth. The police and the terrorists and the Fulani.
I said Harrison. I never trusted that guy. I never trust him for one day. I don't trust him.
Exactly.
I didn't pay attention to what he was saying.
Yeah. So, bro, so that is the situation that this British contraction find itself. Is an evil. Anybody who is
really you don't mean it. So the bandit gave a bill. He now collect money, remove his own cut.
That's another Gumi now. Gumi all over the place. Mm-hmm.
So this guy has been doing this thing for a very long time. He has been doing it. This is not the first time.
With the police. Yeah.
With the police.
Yeah. My senior
collect their percentage too. All of
them. Yeah.
You know, there was a time Master Samago did the program on this. Program on this. Saying that the military, the police, they collect their own share in this money.
Yeah.
But people don't believe it. When we say some of these things, when you say it online, people don't believe it. You know? But gradually it begins to clear. I saw where he was trying to explain himself, and I didn't understand what he was saying. I just went there. He said he will not say everything, that people are suspecting him. They want that he cannot say everything online. He will not say everything.
You know, it's we can laugh sometimes, but of course, what do you do? You have to, but what happens, what goes on in Nigeria is how can I describe it? Should I say like it just clearly shows the level, the state of the black race. It's so sad. I am black myself, so I don't feel any kind of way when I say things like this, because my senior sister, the husband, they just stole his Jeep. He recently bought the Jeep, they stole it. And the armed robbers who stole it, they are also working with the police. So for him to get it back, they asked him to pay money to go and settle with the armed robbers in Ogun State. Can you imagine? It's crazy. So bro, the thing is, Nigeria, again, anybody who is expecting a miracle, God have no hand in Nigeria, because this same Christopher Musa yesterday was again speaking like an idiot, like a man who is it's just sad. These people, what kind of human being? What do they have in their brain? What do they believe in? That God who created Nigeria. This was yesterday on the screening. He had this screening with the Senate.
I saw him on screening,
and he was saying that that we all have to love each other. We all have to come together. That God who put us here together. Can you imagine that? Does that man have any brain, or he just being mischievous? What is going on? God did not put us there. You should know that better. I mean, come on. God did not put us there. It's the British that did that, And if you watch, you will see that many of the countries that the British created in same fashion, including the United States. The United States, they stood up and they fought like hell. About 2 times, 2 different occasions, they fought to be liberated, to be able to form their own union as it pleases them, as they choose. They fought 2 good times, bloody war, before they were liberated, and they created a union in the United States that everybody is running to go into today. They created a union whereby you must, regardless of your religion, your race, if you come in there, if you want to stay there, you have to abide by the Constitution. No red line, you can't cross it. That is what happened when you you are giving a free hand to create your own nation. That is how it's supposed to be. And that is what is supposed to happen in Nigeria. Every region go and create their own entity, the Oduduwa, the Biafra, the Arewa, the Middle Belt, whatever, so they can choose how they want to be governed, how they want to operate. That is the only solution. But if you watch again, like India, Britain did similar thing in India too, originally. But then the people, they fought and they fought and they fought until they break it up. Pakistan came out of it. Bangladesh came out of it. Nepal came out of it. So that is how it's supposed to be. So for this idiot to come and say that we should love each other, that God created, you cannot legislate love. You just cannot. There's no amount of legislative measure you can carry. It doesn't work. You have to be able to, you let people to decide what they want. And I don't know, this Ahmed something. So, well, let me just say briefly that I saw also a tweet from, I don't even know his name very well, but he's one of the lobbyists. Matthias or Elias, I think Elias, something like that. Right. So I really appreciate that too, because for me, the bottom line is Biafra. I don't care where he comes from whom he comes from. Anybody talking about it, and like the tweet that goes directly to Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State in the United States, I appreciate that because you are pushing it forward, you are making it known, you are putting it at the front and center. That is, for me, that is very vital. This notion of they do on the ground or this and that, it has to be seen because you cannot light up a candle and put it under the bed. So I appreciate that. I just want to say that I like that. He sent it to Marco Rubio and that, look, that Biafra is the pinnacle to the problem, that if we support the Biafran independence, that will more than 90% solve the problem in Nigeria. That is just a fact, because that will mean that other regions will now have their own liberty to create their own entity, So many other things. So that he said in it, which I appreciate it a lot. So then the Bashir mate or something, either he's either related to Buhari or worked in his government, whatever it is, but he counter replied saying that as usual, leave us alone. They should leave us alone. So you ask yourself, what do you mean us? Who are the us you are referring to? Who exactly are the us? Leave us alone. Well, you can't be holding people, right? With the help of the British, you are holding over 70 to 80 million people. You won't leave them alone, and you ask America to leave you alone. No, it doesn't work. You people are holding us, and you say they should leave you alone. Well, if you want them to leave you alone, then leave us alone too. Right? Yes. So you see that this goes straight to the heart of the issue, because we know them, we know what the agenda is. All of them, they are into it. They are just all in it to Islamize Nigeria and Fulanize it. That is what it's all about. People who are in position to say it, either in the media or in the political circle, they don't say it, but that doesn't change anything. The fact is the fact, So obviously the simple. But again, I'm happy. I can only say thank you, God Almighty. I can only say thank you for bringing up this U.S. president, this U.S. administration. I just continue to thank God for it, because a lot is unfolding and the light is being shined on different places. Those who think that they've conquered the entire country and everybody and every region in it, that is for them now to Islamize it and impose Sharia on them, I think they are being put to shame. It's not gonna, it's just not gonna work out the way. So that is why I'm so thankful, because all these years, all these decades, nothing has happened. The other Democrats, then they just play along. That is what they do, and they get money from Nigerian government. So, but we thank God. We really do thank God for this time we live in. So Yeah, the only solution is like Marco Rubio just spoke to that effect recently again. He initiated that, and if you remember, Brachus, I've been emphasizing it that is what everybody should also be emphasizing. Marco Rubio, man, I'm so grateful for that guy. You know, so they must abrogate this blasphemy law. That is one of the conditions. Now it's being known for the most, even though the mainstream media and the zoo, they still won't go there. But there are other like a lot of people listen to this Amy lady, you know. Yeah, so he was there yesterday talking about it. Part of the condition that has been given, you know. So they have to disarm the Meetiala, and they have to abolish these blasphemy laws in the 12 northern, in all the states of the federation, because Nigeria is a secular country. Now we know that they will definitely not abide by that. They will but it's simple too. For them, it's also simple. Let them ask for their own country, then they can practice their blasphemy laws. Nobody will. Trust me, America will not interfere. Trump will not interfere if they have their own country, an Islamic Sharia country like Afghanistan, like Iran, and some of these Turkey. America will not come to interfere. But the fact that you have more than half of the population who are not Muslims, and you are forcing them into Sharia, using terrorism, using legislative mechanism, then obviously people have to intervene. So that is what is going on. If they don't want to abolish the law, then let them ask for their own country. I am sure that it will be like a walk in the park for the Fulanis and the Muslims to get their own country. Do you agree with that, Brachus?
Of course, of
Okay.
course.
Because
they should just mention it. Once they mention it, they have it.
Yeah, because anything they want, they get. You know that, right? Yeah. Anything these Islamists want, they get. Therefore, for them, we've been fighting for decades, you know, over more than half a century now. They refuse to set us free. But if they want their own freedom to have their own country, just like that, they will get it. So that's the thing. I can see our brother from a different father, or a different son. My brother, God bless. Good morning. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Welcome, Bro Max. Take the mic, speak to us, Bro Max.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. I hope I've coming out.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's like your network will glitch today.
Yeah, I hope so. I salute you, Mazi Chicks, as usual. I'm Namoche Christian.
Ndewo, brother.
As usual. God bless Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now is the president of the Sokoto prison.
I don't know where they got that from.
See, let me tell you, I said it before and I will continue to say, if you continue to treat your maid badly, your children will develop unpardonable love for that maltreated maid. That is how it's going to be. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to be welcome anywhere they push him. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is like Joseph in Potiphar's house. There is nothing you would do to that man. I always make references to one of our own from Olu, Prophet King David Leo. Nothing will happen. He has allayed my fear of taking Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto in line with my belief. As a Christian, I know that nothing will happen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, no matter how close they attack the prison of Sokoto. My Namoches and my Namoches in the comment section, I salute you. All of you that are watching us today, I salute each and every one of you. Mazi Simon Ekpa, wherever you are, I say, may that same hand that brought you out to come and steer the course of this Biafra liberation protect you wherever you are. All our leaders that are struggling, fighting, for a just cause, I say, may God continue to strengthen them. Where they are about to make mistakes, may God correct them. That is my own. You see, the North has never been of good interest to Nigeria. That is how I'm going to say it today. There has been something that I called parasitic relationship between the northern Nigeria and the southern Nigeria as amalgamated in 1940. They have never been beneficial to that British construct called Nigeria. They gave them quota system. Because of this same North, Nigeria did not get their independence. Nigeria is supposed to get independence before Ghana, 1957. But they said they were not ready to be free. It is there in the history. They waited for them. In fact, they got to a stage where they were shouting Araba, Araba, Araba. Araba is divide, share.
Yes.
Our late elder statesman, Azikiwe, prevailed upon them and the rest of them that time to come. If you go away, you will suffer. Today, they brought them in. They enjoy quota system. They enjoy the lion's share of the resources that are emanating from Biafra land. They put up fictitious population numbers and whatever in order to get federal allocation more than any other place in that British construct. Upon that, when the South is trying to move on, modernize, industrialize, go into manufacturing and productivity, try to live like human beings, try to stop our people from traveling through the Agadez, through the Mediterranean Sea for greener pastures. They are there dragging them back. Today, what we have seen is the manufacturing of different kinds of terrorist groups. More than 6 of them are presently terrorizing Nigeria. I don't need to mention them here. And there are notable people like the Sultan of Sokoto, Dambazua, Matawale, and the rest of them. Even the late imposter Buhari was the people that brought these people for their own selfish interests and to Islamize Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu came out and began to shout. The town crier was now made a devil. Someone that predicted all these things that are happening today. They chased him all the way to Kenya and kidnapped him, brought him to face a kangaroo court while kangaroos, there are plenty. Justices were all presided. And at the end, they sentenced him to life imprisonment. They will not succeed. These are the people that are fueling the terrorism in Nigeria. These are the same people that are making sure that Nigeria is Islamized. The ethnic cleansing of the Christian minorities in the north in order to capture them, set up a foothold. Then move to the southern part of Nigeria, southwest, southeast, and south-south. Has now been ringing into the ears of those that has the powers in the world to stop them. Look at the defenses that they are putting. Look at the defenses. They will not come and tell you, oh, America wants to take the oil and gas. America wants to do this. America, what resources? You sent Yugoslavian Republic. America, advanced the United Nations Peace Protecting Force that stopped the excesses of the Bosnian Serbs, predominantly Muslims. And today, there is peace in that area. United Kingdom refused to look into what is happening in their own country they put together. Their colony they put together. What they enjoy in their own country as a United Kingdom, they refused. It becomes an anathema for them to allow such to happen in their colony. Allowing these people to senselessly try to use their own religion to dominate the rest of the people in that country. United Kingdom is keeping quiet. There is a time, there will be a time when these things will no longer happen. And that is exactly what the United States of America is doing in order to recognize, to tell the world that the lives of Christians matters in that country. I will ask each and every one of you, all of you, every one of us that values the self-preservation of your land and your own person, the dignity of the land of my mothers, the territorial integrity of the Biafra nation, protect it and use key into this opportunity that has presented itself to make sure that we survive. We are only asking for survival. Survival, that is what we ask. A place that we can stay and practice our religion, irrespective of whatever. That is what we ask for. We ask so that our children and those that are unborn will enjoy what our ancestors put in place for them. That is what we are fighting for. I do not know how many years I am going to live on this earth. And I would like to make sure, I would like to be counted among the people that brought peace, that their voices, my voice was heard as I was talking even from my own father's land. That I contributed in making sure that Biafra is recognized, the sovereignty of that country is established properly so that these people, these blood-sucking, demons will not have access to my mother's ancestral land. And that is what I am here to do. Any platform that I go, that is what I do. I am not of our own territory is what I am fighting on, or what I'm fighting for. And I believe that as long as Chukwuka Biama lives in heaven, knows whatever that we are thinking and whatever that troubles us, will never allow this opportunity to pass us by. He will always make a way for our people. Even if we cannot fight, he is going to provide the people that will stand for us and speak for us where we cannot speak. He will organize our tongue. He will organize our behavior, just like the way he prepared Moses to go and meet Pharaoh. Moses was a stammerer. He was afraid to go and meet Pharaoh. But God strengthened him, and he went in there. He conquered. Subsequently, the children of Israel were freed from bondage. And that's exactly what is going to happen for the Biafran people. Nnamdi Kanu will come out by the grace of God. And we will join him in everything that is good for the Biafran people. I thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. And may God continue to guide you and protect you and give you the strength that you need in order to continue to, press forward in this cause for the sovereignty of my mother's ancestral land. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful message. We have missed you, at least seeing your face again. Your network, nobody else even see your face at all. But this time, at least we can see you again. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Let's just listen to this message from this very person. There's a message that was delivered. Let's see what the message is talking about.
All the tribes and all the ethnic nationalities shouldn't see the call of Nnamdi Kanu on referendum as an Igbo matter. This is a general matter. The issue of the Christian killing in Nigeria will continue because it is a project by the Islamic extremists. The only way to stop the killings of Christians in Nigeria is referendum. So Nigerians need to wake up. Issues today in Igbo land, and one of those troubling issues is the recent trial and conviction of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. I have always said that every Igbo man is a potential victim in Nigeria. In fact, it is very, very easy to use your leg to cross Atlantic Ocean, but it is a life-threatening task to be an Igbo man in Nigeria. That is the situation. Because at the first place, Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be arrested at the first place if he is not an Igbo man. But Nnamdi Kanu was arrested because of the tribe where he's coming from. So the federal government or the people that are the helm of affairs, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he is not a child. He obviously know what happened in Nigeria between 1967 to 1970. And that history is there concerning the genocide of the Igbos because of the issue of self-determination that led to the declaration of Biafra. So there is no amount of force, there is no amount of intimidation, there is no amount of harassment that can stop the Biafra agitation, that can stop Ndi Igbo from talking about self-determination. Because if federal government want the Igbos to stop about the agitation of Biafra or the self-determination projects, they should go back where this problem started. Let me remind the general public that after the genocide that stopped in 1970, the Igbos that have millions and billions of pounds in their bank was only rewarded with 20 pounds. The Igbo people started life again with 20 pounds. The federal government again launched what they call the 3R, rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation. Now, among the 3Rs, none of them was implemented in Igbo land till today. Philip Effiong made a comment at the end of the genocide of 1970 that if the Igbos, if the marginalization against the Igbos, if the injustice against the Igbos continue, that the new generation will also rise up and demand for Biafra again. That is exactly what is happening today. So I can say that Philip Effiong is quite prophetic. You cannot push a child and you want to direct the child where to fall. You cannot beat a child and ask the child not to cry. That is the high level of wickedness or injustice. So, what Nnamdi Kanu is talking about, the IPOB represents the marginalization against the Igbos. Nnamdi Kanu as a person is symbolic to Igbo marginalization. Nnamdi Kanu is quite symbolic for Igbo political and economic emancipation. So, the so-called conviction or life imprisonment is the highest joker the federal government can throw to the public. As far as the Igbos are concerned, the arrest is illegal according to their own law. The trial is illegal according even to their own law, and the conviction is also illegal. So Nigeria is standing on illegality. And it is very, very unfortunate that Nigeria government, federal government is trying to tell the Igbos that they are suspending the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because all the written laws, all the known laws of Nigeria was not used on Nnamdi Kanu case. So, federal government suspended the Constitution of Nigeria on Nnamdi Kanu matter. Meaning there is no constitution. So when we say that Nigeria is a failed state, it's not a joke. It is a reality, it is a fact. You are jailing somebody because the person is making use of microphone. And at the same time, you are dining, whining, eating, enjoying with bandits and Boko Harams. Sometimes they are repentant and you recruit them into Nigerian army. That is the mess up that is going on in Nigerian army today. That Nigerian army are being killed like fowl. We understand perfectly that the law for an Igbo man is not the same law for a Yoruba man or an Hausa man or a Fulani man. The law for an Igbo man is different from the law in the north. Federal government, you people have sent this message clearly that the Igbos are not part of this country. So, I'm still the Ohaneze Youth Council, we are standing on where Nnamdi Kanu is standing. We are calling for referendum. And I want to tell every reasonable Nigeria today that there is only one solution for this mess in this country. Nigeria is like a ship hit by tornado. There is no repair. Nigeria is irreparable. Nigeria is irredeemable. The only solution for this country is...
So that's the clear message. At least some sensible people are speaking. When we bring up the senseless people, we also bring out the sensible ones that are talking.
Yeah.
The same way we have some idiots who come and spill nonsense and talk rubbish, there are still some people that are making sense. And we will continue to also applaud them and encourage everyone to continue to add their voice, because this is not a time to be silent. This is not a time to be silent. The reason they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to silence him, because they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very strong voice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice has grown to the extent that the whole world is paying attention and listening to what he says. That's why they see him as a threat. The same thing with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon came on board and he took over the media also.
Yeah.
You saw this man they want to make the Minister of Defense. You saw him when he became a media warrior, begin to cry. That Mazi Simon Ekpa have taken over the media. That was why they spent all that they have to make sure they remove Mazi Simon Ekpa from the picture. So this is not the time for us to be silent. We will continue to try in our own little way to speak and let our voice be heard. Go ahead, my brother Christian, you have something to say.
No, brother, choose, So, this video you just played Is from Ohanese Youth Wing or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He spoke well. It's important that we also know that the enemies within, we have to be calling them out too, because
Yeah.
the thousands enemy outside, sometimes it's easier to deal with than one inside. You know, the likes of the Soludos of this world, the Peter and Bars, and Uzodema, we have to be calling them, bringing them to book, so that eventually they will also have to face, one way or the other, they will have to face the ban too, because most of these things that happen in Ali Igbo, not only that they are complicit in it, they allow it to happen, they do nothing. And instead, they will try and blame it on the innocent Ndibo who are just trying, hoping to stay alive by defending themselves.
Yeah.
The Soludo will not do anything to defend the people from the Islamist onslaught, but he will be quick to go and tell the world that these things are being caused by Ndibo, Christian, whatever, genocide. But you will not see people, the political leaders, governors in the north, who will come out openly to fight against their own people who are known terrorists. That is, they will carry it out, and they will proudly confess to it. They will come out on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, and brag about it. But we know, the world know, that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. It's not in us. I've said it severally, that we don't have it, because you can't give what you don't have. Terrorism is not in us. You know, by every measure, you can clearly see that Biafrans are people who, they love humanity, they love life, and they embrace civilization, and they embrace human development. That is why everywhere they go, they build, they develop, they contribute. And they don't go to impose on you their own religion or their culture or anything. No. They just add to the well-being of the people and the people around them. That's a fact. That's a fact. There's a record is there to show that. What do we get in return? What do we get back from the people is hatred and envy. So when these people who have hijacked the Southeast, these governors who were put there by the Fulani Nigerian system, it's important that we must continue to understand that they are enemies. Seriously, you have to be able to think deep to understand that they are against. They are not. They are enemy. They are just enemy too, because I find it hard to exempt any of them, particularly governors. I can't even stand and in good faith exempt not even any one of them, because if you want to say that the Abia State guy is different or is doing well, but the things he says sometimes and his action will counteract that. How can he come out to tell the world that the seaport, that he can't raise money, or there's no money to build a seaport in Igbo land? That means he's a playbook. He's just playing the song of the Fulani hijacked Nigerian system. How can you say that? You're governor of a state. You know that all you need is the license from the federal government, which, okay, we understand that they put it in, is it concurrently, maybe exclusive list, so that they have to grant it. But talking about money to build a seaport, God, how can you say a thing like that? When you know that there are investors internationally who will come in and put their money where their mouth is and get our people back on their feet. Then they can do their business. So this whole thing, people tend to ignore it. For him to say that, it just show how corny, that he's equally part of it. Is connivance. Because this seaport now, I think I said it the other day, how MPA, they're trying to decongest Lagos by building Warri Seaport. But the governor of Lagos State, they are kicking against it because they feel like that system of rip-off, your labor, that is what is helping build their own place. But instead of them to now show appreciation, they goes about destroying your housing, destroying your businesses, telling you that Lagos is this, you have to leave. So how do you square up with this kind of, system? And we have governors, we have politicians, and they cannot stand up against this kind of marginalization. They cannot stand up in defense of their people. So you must ask yourself, where does their loyalty lies? I think the answer is simple. Their loyalty lies with the caliphate that puts them there. Because if they don't, the same thing applies to like this Tinubu government. Everybody know, you can pretend all you want. His loyalty lies with the caliphate, the Fulani Islamic caliphate that gave him, he had an agreement with them and they said to him, go and sit down there, you do this, you can do that, you can't do this. That is why he will sit down there and watch they terrorize and ravage city after cities, state after state, and he will do nothing. But because the US is now on their neck, as Akpabio said, then he's trying to pretend as if he's doing something or as if he's interested in doing something, but he's had years now, going to 3 years, to act. He didn't act because it's part of the agreement they reached to Islamize Nigeria, Fulanize it and impose Sharia on all the people in the country. That's a fact. That is a fact. So Tinubu, no. I saw the other day a guy trying to say that Tinubu is doing this. He's not doing shishi. He's not doing nothing. He's compelled to do what he doesn't want to do. And even then, he's still doing it with the mindset of deception, just to stonewall. I don't know why people can't simply understand this whole thing. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible, So, my brother, the goal is the focus. Yeah, when we saw this other thing, these are side issues, but the focus and the one thing we never relent on is the right thing, which is the Biafra, because that is the only, anyhow you look at it, either through abolition of the blasphemy law is going to lead us there to our freedom, either through referendum is going to lead us there. So our eyes must continue to be on the ball. We must continue to stay focused on it because Nigeria is the enemy to not just Biafran, but to humanity. It's incredible how people cannot understand that there's no solution to it. There's absolutely no way you can solve Nigerian problem if you don't do that one simple thing, that is that every region go and take care of themselves. But I believe without a doubt it's heading there. It's just a matter of time, but we say journey, we're heading there. I think in my heart of heart, I can feel it that the US government, they understand that these are just the solution. Maybe they've not really, come out to say, but they know, they are not, these are people that understand. They know that is the solution. Because there's no how experiment or whatever it is, scientifically, whatever has been able to make night and day to cohabit. It's undoable. Water and oil to mix is just undoable.
Never.
You know? Yeah, so it's as simple as that. And like Brahman said earlier, that is what they demonstrated in Yugoslavia. Because they are different people. An elderly guy told me about Netherlands and Belgium, same country, but this infraction, this disagreement, ideological divide, it made it impossible for them to move forward. And they have to do the right thing. So anybody talking about one Nigeria, I look at you as, you will be put to shame one way or the other, because there's nothing like one Nigeria. It's never going to work. If you want to continue down this path, God forbid, you can stay 50 years, 100 years, never, never, never. But so, my brother, Oku Nigeria, but I'm just so happy. I think this is an amazing time to be around, to be alive and witness what is happening, that finally, this whole evil, demonic entity surely will come to an end. We don't hate anybody, but we just want to be free and to develop and be like others. How can you live in a world, in a country where nothing is working, no movement, absolutely nothing, one step forward,
nothing is working.
Yeah, one step forward, three backwards. Huh? How many? I look at my age till this day. Nothing, no meaningful, nothing. They're just lying to themselves. They say that to buy the modern, should I say, technological warfare to fight the terrorists, that is going to cost them, even for one ammunition. I don't know if it was drone, whatever they were talking about yesterday, that just one out of it will cost 1 point something million. Like 100 and something thousand. I don't know how. So, but if you look around again, the squad, those people in the Senate, what are they? All the money, they are the ones squandering the money. If they were serious, they don't disclose.
They are sharing the money among themselves. They are doing nothing.
Exactly. So they are sharing.
Talking about budget, this budget. At the end of the day, make that budget and give to them. They will share it. Nothing will be done.
Exactly.
Look at them. You see yesterday, that man that they want to make the Minister of Defense. This is a man who has been there. All the allocation and budget for defense, he was part of it.
They were sharing it.
He was still complaining of finance yesterday.
Yeah. All the ones.
The money they gave him before, what did he do with it?
What did he do? Oh, okay. I told you that a friend of mine who was in the school with me in my secondary school days, he's a general, in the military. The type of money, my goodness, you begin to wonder, how do they make this? What is your salary that you will be so rich? How is that possible? I saw him yesterday talking about money. They need money. When you give them the money,
every time, money.
Yeah. They are lying to themselves. Talking about drone. Why? What stops the Nigerian military
when they talk about this drone, you will think it is something extraordinary that somebody cannot buy. These are technologies that ordinary companies buy and they use it to protect themselves.
Well, all the companies in Nigeria, how about all these oil share companies and this and that? Can they not step in and do so? Apart from that, these terrorists, yes, they run.
How much is the drones?
Well, the terrorists, they run into thousands, yeah, but how is it that Nigerian military, DSS and SSS, they cannot go and match them head on? How can they not do that? So is it to stay on the street and be extorting money from citizens and the killing and the imprisoning innocent people? Is that what they are there for? When you sign into the military, you sign, you know the consequence, you know why you are signing there. So how many thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands, military in Nigeria have, how can they not march there and face these people? Also, until you have drone, then you shoot your drone. You cannot fight terrorists. So why are you in the military then? What are you doing in the office or on the street, collecting money from people? These people, they are just making a joke of themselves, my brother.
it is so sad. It is so. When I saw him, that's what. When you saw that man, that Musa or whatever they call him, what difference do you think he can make?
Nothing.
This is the office he has been in. He has been there all this while.
Yeah.
He has been there all this while. He couldn't make it. Instead of him taking action, he's calling ordinary citizens to come and give him information.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
So he was there in charge of the military, head of the military. He did nothing. Is it?
The head of the military was there shouting his hands are tight.
Yeah.
Is your hand going to be loose now that you are a minister of defense?
Defense minister. You are defense minister. You are still answerable. He's still a subject to Shetima. So what are you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let them continue to deceive themselves. We did here. We are here watching them.
We are here watching them.
This battle they just started. They will fight it too.
Yeah.
Nobody go run. Anybody will run in Papa.
Yeah. Nowhere Toronto. Tunubu sign up for it. Yeah.
They must be there and face it.
Yeah.
When we talk about it, people will think it's just Nigeria is a joke, a very big joke. A very big joke.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear more of this interview.
That at least 402 Nigerians have been abducted since November 17th up till date. And of course, the figures, keep escalating by the day. Now, this level of mass abduction, Barrister, how much of intel does the Nigerian security apparatus have to curbing this level of insecurity? You would recall as well that the NSA, like we did mention earlier, did say that the Niger State children are still safe and they will return. How much of intel does the Nigerian security apparatus have? Plus, the de-radicalized Boko Haram members that have been captured before now, how much of that intel also have been used to curb insecurity thus far?
David, they have all the intel they did. They have all the gadgets. The world is no longer lacking in what? In intelligence gathering. All that they need is out there. All you need is to ask for it and they'll give it to you. They have it, but the political will to do anything is not there. That's the truth. For example, who ordered the military in that school to vacate from that place? Before these guys now came in to adopt them. Who? Was it not intelligent that told the person that they gave that order that, look, in the next 30 minutes, these people are coming here, yeah, go away from there.
Yeah.
Up to today, have they asked who told them to leave? Who is that order from above? Up to today. So, government has a way of contradicting itself.
But Barrister, just yesterday, the president also did meet with the service chiefs as well. Should we be expecting something different? Because that was a closed-door meeting he held with his service chiefs. Should there be any hope following that closed-door meeting?
I would have said there is hope if that was the first closed-door meeting they are having. Since Tinubu came into office, he has had more than 5 closed-door meetings with the service chiefs. Is that not true? What came out
and
of them?
It gets worse every time.
The declaring of a national emergency and security, is that something that possibly came out
They
of
give
those
them
meetings?
both bars.
Nothing will come out of it because even in the state of curfew, the deputy girls were adopted. The day they were coming, all roads was cleared of police, army, DSS.
Did they hear?
Nobody was on that road that they were coming through. So what are you telling me? In a state of curfew, where there should be no movement and all that, 15 Hilux bus came in and adopted those girls. And today, no heads are ruled. Nobody has asked questions. How come nobody was on that?
Bro Christian.
Yeah?
Do you know that when they kidnapped those children in the school, an eyewitness testified that there was a helicopter hovering around at that time?
Yeah. Shetima is in charge of defense.
Helicopter came with them. But did you see anybody questioning Even when that woman spoke an interview that was aired by AIT, did you see any security office or even the people questioning about that helicopter?
They will sweep them under the carpet because Shetima is in charge of security. And that is what is playing out, my brother. But nobody want to talk about it. All these main media, they don't want to talk about it. The guy came out and tell you that he is in charge of, he will be in charge of this security affairs in Nigeria. And you see now, Darlington just said it now. They set up an inquiry now into the command. Few minutes before the attack, they were ordered, they were made to, the military left the place. And Babio, all of them criminals. Yesterday, they are talking about setting up inquest to know who gave the order and blah, blah, blah. Now, they are not, you're not going to see the light of day. You know that, huh?
Not true. You're not going to hear them again. That's the last thing I hear you.
All right. How do you?
That's the last time you can hear it. And this is, you see, when they ask these kind of questions, you think that they are asking people who are dumb.
Yeah.
We're talking about a country that has organizations that are in charge of every department.
Yeah.
Anybody that is in that security knows where those informations came from.
Yeah.
They know the people who are there are supposed to obey. They know the person, but nobody will mention it.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever mention it. Just like when they were talking about the brigadier general that was killed.
Yeah.
That brigadier general, it is not difficult to find out who even an ordinary soldier knows whom that very brigadier called.
Yeah.
They know the office he called. Because this is a military hierarchy. They know when something happens, you know where to call, the office to call. You don't just call anybody you like. You don't just call your friend.
Well,
this is something that has already been put in place. If you are in certain emergency, you know the office to call.
Nigeria is a fraud.
Oh God.
Nigeria is a fraud. And it took I was gonna say that it took the caliphate years, if not decades, to build this Islamic apparatus that they are using, where a situation whereby an army brigadier general can just be taken out like a chicken. So they built, there's this inbuilt system in every section, in every department. Like I said, it's not something that happened overnight. They've been on it for many decades to get to where we are now, where some other can just come and soldiers guiding the school premises, they will all be evacuated and the terrorists will come in and kidnap the children. You know, it's not an easy thing, eh? It takes authority, you know, it takes power at the highest level to be executing and implementing these kidnaps here and there. And the government is so much in it because they say that they can call them, they phone them, and they talk and they release some and they don't. It's a mess. It's a mess, bro. How do you go?
It's just like when I saw this idiot, this Adamu, somebody, so Adamu Usman or whatever, that contested for president before.
Yeah.
Was trying to defend the government on this interception of calls. You know the excuse he was given? He said that the bandits, some of them are using satellite phone, some of them are using Nigerian network, and that because they are using Nigerian network and satellite phone, they cannot be intercepted. And this idiot forgot that Pantami was the Minister of Information in Nigeria.
Okay.
Minister of Communication.
He will not say it. He will not talk about Pantami.
The leader of Al-Qaeda was the leader of communication. Do you know the amount of damage that
data?
You know the data he has?
Yeah, but he will not say it because they are all in this same agenda of Islamization and Flanization. It's that simple. That is just what they. Oh my dear. So, but
they are all in it. Whenever there's a serious issue, they will distract you with one language or the other.
Yeah, exactly. Hoping that they will. Hoping that,
you think they're with you? They're not with you.
Yeah, they're hoping that they will be able to fool the gullible people. Same goes for, like I said, 3 years ago when I was in the zoo. 3 years ago, what I saw, my brother, that is why I just concluded. I made up my mind that the Nigerian is a fraud and is gone forever. Gone forever, forever. When I saw the number of trucks, Dangote's truck, they were bringing this guy that Buhari let into the country. You know what surprises me is that in that truckload of these jihadists, each and every one of them had a dog with them. They were loaded in a truck, and every one of them have a dog.
Yeah.
And you ask yourself, because you know what, when they drop them, they walk into the bush. And that dog acts as a deterrent as against, say, snake and this wild and stuff in the bushes. So their purpose is well coordinated. They know, and you cannot tell me that Dangote trucks being used on these areas and these things, he's not aware of it. He knows.
Very much aware.
He's very much aware. Now, so they distributed these guys in all the regions. And that is why you see today that it's not only happening in the north, it's happening in the southwest, it's happening in the south-south, it's happening in the southwest, everywhere, because they use this truck to just, distribute them all over the place. And everybody is feeling it today, but they will not call out the source of the problem. Because they are all in that agenda to turn Nigeria into Islamic country. So, how do you go, my brother?
I had to make 5 phone calls that rang out. Nobody picked it. When they wanted to alert the military that, look, these people are coming, nobody picked their calls. So,
the presidency has said that in a couple of days from now, we'll be having names of terrorism financiers. How much of an impact would that list do to insecurity in Nigeria?
If they want to do it, they don't need to announce it.
Exactly.
Right? Except that these people they are talking about, they have already put them in prison somewhere and they cannot move. If not, why would they alert them that you are going to, what are you saying?
Oh.
You mean they don't know what to do? You want to go and catch somebody where he is hiding. And you first of all call a press conference. This thief that we are looking for since 2 years ago.
Oh my God!
We have just discovered where he's hiding, and very soon we are going to pick him up.
Look at that!
And the thief will be there waiting for you, Abi.
Barrister Assistant the Senate is to screen Christopher Musa later today or before the week runs out as the Minister of Defense. Would that also have some kind of impact on the part of insecurity?
This is to fulfill all righteousness. All the one they screamed before, what happened? How are they performing? Will they allow the man to even work? It is one thing for you to know your job, and another thing for you to be allowed to do that job.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Interesting. Let's get your opinion on this. The fact that the former CDS have been appointed by the president to be the defense minister, and we know that the Senate is set to screen him to know if he's qualified for the job. What do you make of this, please? Someone that was sacked few weeks or months ago, and now been appointed to be the defense minister.
Yeah, thank you. You see, one thing about this bourgeoisie democracy that we run in this country is the fact that for everything they try to do, there's always an element of wrongdoings. You understand? And also, for every appointment, it is less development, less working, right? So when this government seemingly try to do anything, whether it's new appointments, whether it's the state of emergency or insecurity, people still don't see anything changing. People don't see anything positive coming out of all of these their interventions, because where they are supposed to show the political will to do things, they don't show it. So they just do other things just to not feel like they're not doing anything at all, right? So where they're supposed to take decisive actions, they don't take it. So it's understandable when people now say, no, nothing will come out of this, or they don't believe in what they've done or what they are trying to do. It's very, very germane when people say that, because that's the fact. I'm very sure that after some weeks, we'll come back in this studio to start talking about how the new minister is now failing, and all of these things again. So, like we always maintain, the absolute best is to kick out all of these guys who don't have the will to actually end this ravaging insecurity. They don't have it. Whatever they do, they don't have the way to do the right things. So the utmost solution is for the people to just oust them away.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ishmael, for your submission. Now, Barrister, let's say 2 minutes or thereabouts, if time will permit us. We learned that the governor of Abia State, Alex Soti, visited the president to talk more about the possible release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Recall he went to Sokoto to pay him a visit there in Sokoto Custodial Center. And, what do you make of this, please? Let's start with, what do you think the outcome of this will be? Do you think the president will listen to the governor at this point, even when he couldn't listen to the 44 lawmakers and even the 54 lawmakers and all that? And why is it that this particular case, Nnamdi Kanu's case, has gained so much momentum in Nigeria?
Now, Alex Oti has done well. In fact, I give him kudos for what he has done, the effort he's making. And for me, any effort that will bring Nnamdi Kanu out of that prison is welcomed by me. Even if it's the whole governors or one person, any person that has the ears of the president can do the job on behalf of every other person. Because there are some governors that will not go because of how committed they are. So we don't need the crowd here. If one person can have the ear of the president concerning Nnamdi Kanu, it's welcomed by me. At least they are talking. Yes, and the man gave assurance that very soon he will come out. So that means that the discussion is going on. Yes. So
the conversation around political will and solution towards getting him out should be the next move.
Of course, because since the case has been decided, what else? What else?
All right then, Barrister, before we let you go, let's take up another political statement. As it sounds, formal, no, not formal now, PDP's chieftain, I'm talking about Bode George, has called Adeleke's exit a desperate survival move. What do you make of that? Because he's not about the first person to leave the PDP, plus the fact that presently the PDP even have a new representative come the next election in the party and in the state. What's the position with this statement by Bode George? And of course, the fact that he termed it desperate survival.
Look, if care is not taken, and I'm saying this with every sense of responsibility, if care is not taken, PDP may not take part in this election that is coming. All the facts are there. If you have not done the needful up till now, when are you going to do it? When? As I talk to you now, there's no leadership in PDP, no leadership.
Which is the reason why Adeleke left.
Of course, you don't blame them. Those people, they don't have the balls to face the boiling water. So those people who are fighting for their political future,
Barrister,
they don't want to stake it with PDP.
The boiling water we're talking about here should be one person against a full party that has been adjudged the biggest party in the entire Africa in 1999 before time. What do you make of this, that the parties sink into the point that governors who are still in power cannot salvage the situation?
They made a mistake by allowing Wike all this while. They would have sacked Wike 2 years ago. Why they waited up to now, I don't know. And why they think that the thing is going to work now, I don't know. It's very, very difficult for you to have allowed this man all these privileges up to now, and now you say you want to expel him. What makes you think that proposition will work? The man is already talking of holding a primary, a convention in the southeast. Because all the conditions that you're supposed to follow before you come to your national convention, you didn't follow them. INEC was not there. And so, what makes you think that PDP is the right cause? Right now, there's no leadership. Wike and his group are talking. What's the other man? The chairman, the man that claimed to be the chairman of PDP, is talking. Meanwhile, there is no authentic leader. Nobody is in Wadata House. Everything is in disarray. And that's
sealed by the police.
So everything is disarray. And that's what the president told us.
Right,
that if they can go in disarray, why not? If not.
Let's get your opinion on this, Mr. Ismail Oladare. What do you make of this? The PDP crisis is more like the internal wrangling is still deepening as we
Don't start to laugh.
And we need to get your
Rubbish.
reaction. Please, I would implore you to just stick to the conversations that we've had. No insults,
Go ahead,
no
go ahead,
derogatory comments
brother.
against anybody.
Yeah,
It's very
Marcus, I was
vital.
just going to say that all this shows clearly the unseriousness of the Nigerian people, their politics, their body system, everything. And the world is watching. The United States, the rest of them, they are watching what's going on.
Yeah.
You said Tinubu declared national emergency over insecurity. We know that. Okay. And quite a number of children, students, they are still in captivity as we speak. And one will expect that, I mean, can you imagine in a normal, in a sane society, that children of the society kidnapped by terrorists, and all what the lawmakers are talking about is PDP, APC, ADC, and who is in charge here, who is not in charge, who is... Normally, what you are supposed to see is, yes, whoever is the president will be doing what he's doing, but all the effort would be geared towards rescuing these children.
Exactly.
Tinubu's wife the other day called the lawmakers for a dinner party, right? They went there. Can you imagine?
In a state of emergency.
Can you imagine in a state of emergency? And they are talking about PDP and ADC and this, that. These children have been in the bush now with terrorists. And there's no urgency to...
NSA will come and tell you that they are doing fine.
They are doing fine. As if na house the children there. Eh? As if he's the one feeding them. No, oh my God. So you ask yourself, is this a serious people? Is it a serious country that I mean, how can they not suspend everything and go after this, and most importantly, face the issue that has been raised? That because what is leading to the contributing factor to all this insecurity is this Sharia mantle that they are stepping on, the terrorists are marching on to terrorize and ravage everywhere. So what are we going to do about Sharia in a secular system? We have to take it out completely, or we ask Nigerian people, or better still, we let them have something has to happen, and that thing is not happening. So when the US, when they look at all these things, and they said they are going to cooperate with you. No, they cannot cooperate with you because you are sponsoring and supporting the terrorism that is ravaging Christianity, Christian population, and the Biafrans for the most part. So this whole thing, they are not showing any good faith at all. Atiku, whom himself is a Muslim, a Fulani guy. We also know that if he is there, he's not going to do anything different because they are all into Islamization of Nigeria. I think all of them is in it. Trust me, they are all in it. So his concentration, Atiku's effort, complete priority is how to go to ADC to become the presidential bearer for 2027. Not about the children who are, not about what the terrorists are doing, because they are their foot soldiers. So anybody look at these things and you expect America to come and work with you, you are mad. It's not going to happen. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Decent people. We're Nigerians, we're not barbarians, and we're not primitive persons, okay? So let's keep our conversation civil. Thank you very much. While you're expressing yourself, be very civil in your utterances. The number to call is 080-3692-9933.
All of them now.
9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817 1756338.
They are paid
0817
200,000 naira a month.
338. That's a WhatsApp number. Meanwhile, the number for you to call is 080-3692-9933. All right, thank you for being part of the conversation this evening. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Esther, my name is Akodipa. I'm calling you from my papa.
All right, sir. Welcome. You have a good voice. Please go ahead.
Esther, thank you. Thank you, and good evening to your guest.
Yes,
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Esther, your analyst did justice to the last question you put. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Because under PDP, Esther, I can tell you for free, Nigeria was Eldorado. Believe you me, American president was coming to Nigeria as at that time, not to rescue us, but they are coming to sign bilateral trade with us.
Yeah.
Okay, it is only when APC took over, most states, especially Buhari, that is when all these things started. Esther, you ask a question. Buhari is the one who triggered what is happening in the southeast with his utterances. When Buhari won an election and he asked the question about how he is going to treat the whole of Nigeria, Buhari said, in all honesty, there was a people who gave me 95% vote, and there was a people who gave me 5% vote. Buhari said, in all honesty, they will not be treated equal under my administration. That is when Nnamdi Kanu joined his agitation. Say, if a president can utter this, that is to say, my people are not included. That is when what gave birth to this agitation that was happening in the southeast. Okay, APC did, and they are still doing a very bad job here in this country. Because I cannot continue with what your analyst said, because he did justice to it. APC have not done Nigeria any good. I'm being very honest. Anybody can check it. Under PDP, you can check a 18,000 naira minimum wage. A civil servant build houses, buy cars, feed their household with it. But 85, but with 70,000, they cannot feed their children. They can't even buy a bag of rice. But when they are collecting 18,000, they can buy comfortably a bag of rice. Let's just check that. APC, they are doing a bad job here in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so a couple of you are already complaining about the feedback on the call. So I have to put the phone
mad people everywhere.
on I'll put the phone on the mic so that you can hear what the callers are saying. Hello, good evening. How are you? Sir, good evening. How are you? We do, sir. Thank you so much. What will be your name?
Mine is Ibrahim from Oshodi Kolo.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so one of everything on top Buhari regime. Everybody know that Buhari regime don't have anything. But when I do die,
Your state governor, Governor Oti, saying go visit Nnamdi Kanu. You get what I want to tell on. Remember, say, armed robber where they arrest put for sale. Where they arrest, where they sell. If people they go see them. People they go see them. Somebody where they sentence to death. People they go see them. Somebody where do dirty work, kidnapping in the prison or cell. People they go see them. Come be who. They no catch we and key person. They no catch we and buy person. They no catch we do this. Saying they fight for Biafra. They fight for your people. Now governor don't go see them. The governor won't show now. OT won't show now. Saying no be betrayal. He won't show that governor say he no there for betrayal. So those who when they attack him, make on a use on a sense. If you no one go see him, leave the man we go see him. We start is here. We sabi sell our brother's heart. We sabi betray our brother. We sabi to be informant in our handwork. Now informant now we they use it and it's wrong. We start is we don't love ourselves. It don't go well. Arrest one full and then man go sell now. Within 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh, now go come.
If you come and they don't release, I mean don't go.
Yeah.
To beg somebody for not for sale, now how much? Then they pay money for to release. If they pay too much, they pay 2,000, they pay 3,000. But here, ordinary, if they crazy, idiot, if they insult me, 2 fighting, 2 quarrel, police go take 20,000, they go take 50,000, they go take 100,000. But for not free of charge. For not free of charge to release person. One Alhaji go make court, the person go free. highest 2,000 or 3,000. But for here, they're going to call 200,000, 100,000. They use us make money. Uniform people, they use we here, make money, cash out.
You see, this brother have been speaking very, very bold all this while. Since the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, he's one of the person that has been very, very vocal. And he has been doing very well. He has been making points.
Yeah.
This very guy, and I think he's from the Nigerian area. He's from this
Rivers
State, from River State.
Yeah.
And he realizes where he comes from unapologetically. He has his own squad that he's leading. I've seen videos where he parades his own squad that he's leading, well armed. There was a time he displays his arm also to tell these people if they are coming, they should come. He's there. You see, you can see this boldness in other places. People standing up for their own people in unity, getting support. But in the mainland, it is difficult to find one single person that is reasonable. And once they see one person that is reasonable, envy and jealousy will not let them. They will make sure they blackmail you, they push propaganda, and they destroy what you are doing. That is why sometimes when you see some of our people, when they come, they will blame you. You blame Yoruba. You blame people in the Niger Delta. You blame this. I don't fancy those blames.
Well, what happened? Right.
We should first of all take the blame on ourselves, solve our own within. If we can be able to solve our own issue.
Yeah.
These Janjaweeds, they walk in the park now. They go wrong.
Yeah, but the thing, the genesis of this same thing we are talking about, this infighting or betrayal or distrust, the distrust is also the seed that the Nigerian system have sowed from beginning.
That's absolutely correct. You're right.
That is why we are finding it difficult to have that uniformity, because that seed, like the Bible described, that white man sleep, the enemy came in. So that is what, and that is why we just must, no matter what, get out of this Nigerian system. Because if not,
that is the only solution.
Because they've come to destroy, to steal, so because that seed they saw was the fact that they were able to pick and choose who becomes our governor, who becomes our this and that. So that is because for me, I always look at the root. I always go to the root of issue.
My brother.
So is that root of the issue after the Civil War? This gang up, the North and the Yorubas, and complemented by the British strategic move. That's they are not called Great Britain for nothing. Trust me, bro. But nonetheless, Chineke Kakwahao, that I can guarantee you, there is still one that is above them all, and that is why everything slowly but surely is unraveling. As we speak, the whole setup, the whole gang up is unraveling. It has taken so long time, but it's unraveling right before our eyes. So I tell you, and I don't mean so when I say that these politicians, they are as much the enemy of the people, just as the terrorists themselves, just like the Islamic jihadists.
My brother, I can tell you that they are worse than those jihadists. They are worse.
Exactly.
You can, when certain things happen, you won't understand why it happened. You'll be wondering, why is this thing happening? Now, you see, after many years, we begin to understand why the Nigerian government was bold and found it important to take somebody that did not contest election and make him a winner in Imo State.
Can you imagine? Okay.
You see, that is why there are certain things you don't allow. All this fear, you will not protest. Oh, let us leave it. Tomorrow, this one will be. There are certain things you must not agree. If they go buy one, make them buy everybody.
Yeah.
When they did that in Imo State, they tested the water. Nobody protested. Hope Uzodinma did not participate in the election. He was not second. He was not third. They said his fourth position.
Yeah.
How can somebody anybody that came fourth in election did not participate. You're not part of it. The people don't
Exactly.
you. You're not known. You're not. Nobody wants you.
Yeah.
They left the first person, second, third, and they took somebody that came fourth that we didn't see him anywhere in the ballot.
Yeah.
And the people of Imo State stood quiet.
That is a Fulani Nigerian system. Only that can.
The idiots that even won that idiot that won that thing couldn't even fight.
Exactly.
Fight.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything. The same thing is what they did in Anambra State too.
Yeah, with Soludo. Yeah.
This is what they did in Anambra State. Soludo. How many people voted for Soludo?
Oh.
Where did Soludo come to join ABGA? Soludo came from APC to come and take over ABGA.
Yeah.
He was working with Buhari. Under Buhari, before your own very eyes, they took somebody who is not a member of your party that you know. It's just like as Wike is now. Everybody knows that Wike is not a PDP. And all of a sudden now you take the presidential candidate this and you give to Wike. That is what happened in Anambra State. And that is why Soludo will never do anything to favor the people because you didn't vote him.
Yeah.
You didn't choose him. And they have planted that system. They made every single politician in Biafra land to know that you are not voted by your people. The decision of the height you reach depends on the north.
Yeah, we put you there.
We put you there.
Yeah. And you
That
have to
is
do
why
what?
you see them going to Sokoto for pilgrimage.
Yeah.
To go and meet the Sultan. A governor, somebody who is fighting for governor. You don't go meet the king, Obi of Onitsha in his city. You go to traditional you go to Sokoto.
It's not a rocket.
We are seeing this in playing out over and over. This is how they captured us. When you begin to wonder, how can a governor sit and they will unleash soldiers? How can a governor be bringing soldiers every day to fight against these people? These are the agreement they signed.
My brother, anybody with even half brain, we understand it. It's not rocket science. That is where they got us. All these Jews or Carlo and the many of them, before they get there, the caliphate, the which I called the caliphate Nigerian system, same cannot be said exactly when it comes to Southwest, because also we know the impact and the effect of the civil war with their connivance. So, and that is why sometimes you can see that the Southwest governor, they can come together and do whatever they chooses to do. They can come together and form a multi-coup, even though it's not as effective, but at least they have that oneness in them to do that, and they have the courage to do that. But the Soludos of this world, they don't have the courage because they probably have something on Soludo. He was a CBN governor. They probably have something on him and say, if you attempt to do anything, we're gonna expose the debt we have on you. Bro, hey God, it's just the only way we can get out of this shit, is Biafra. Just leave the country, then we can now come alive as a people. That is the redemption. Anything other than that, trust me, it's not gonna work.
It will never work. It will never work.
God Almighty.
That is why I see some of them talk about the election. After complaining, you say, "Oh, let's go and vote." So that, vote what? What are you voting? Vote for who?
Yeah.
Vote for what? What are you voting for?
Yeah. As we speak now, even in Imo State, the Fulani Islamic terrorists who are not even Nigeria, they are in the bushes there. I'm telling you. Sporadically, they will come out and kidnap, hijack buses, take charge of the road, and people will be running helter-skelter. Hope Uzodinma, who is the governor, he won't even say anything about it. If he was genuine, how can he not mobilize the youth of Imo State, empower them? I say, go after these people. They are not Nigeria, and even if they are Nigerians, what are they doing in the bush? What are they doing? Kidnapping, mounting roadblock on the road, kidnapping travelers. He will not do it. He can't do it because they have debt on him, and he's sworn to come and do their job. Yeah. Odegu, my brother. So for me, I know the only solution, and I think it will come. The solution is coming. I will want it sooner, but nonetheless, it's coming because. Oh my God, Odegu, brother, choose.
It is so sad, my brother. Sometimes this issue of this is our problem, the tired person, or my brother, a tired person. That is why sometimes when we talk about this opportunity that is at hand, and that everybody should keep working, so that we don't miss this opportunity. Keep working, keep doing anything you can do. Continue to do it.
Brother, do you know that we were getting there? I'm not gonna go into stirring any pot or whatever, but we always have to speak truth. You know, I don't care. You know, we were getting there when Simon Ekpa was around. We were getting there. These people, they were very scared. These terrorists, these Fulani Islamic terrorists, they were very, very, aware of the fact that Biafra land will be their end. They scared away, and the Nigerian government instead was trying to fight him because he's trying to protect the land, and they gang up using also Ndi Igbo, the Bianco of this world, and some of them to cage him. And from there, we start seeing all this whole thing, kidnapping, buying here and there, attack here and there. But at some point under Simon Ekpa, the level of security was, my goodness me, it was so high, they ran away. They was like, okay, the Nigerian military, who are terrorists, have to do the job on their behalf. And that's what they do almost everywhere, including in Middle Belt.
That's what we are doing. As for terrorists, we are taken out from our side completely.
Yeah.
What we are fighting was the terrorists in uniform.
Exactly. So how can somebody come and act as if we are trying to speak ill of anybody? No, we're just speaking fact. So it's painful that this is where we are now, but we know it's not like some hundred of years ago. No, it was like maybe a year ago, two, thereabout. They completely, we were out of it because we had our boys. They were going after them. We saw it on video. They were in charge of the bushes and forests in Biafra land. They all ran away because our boys could not just confront them, take them out. And then they gang up. The same people, the same evil, these governors and politicians, they all gang up with the Nigerian government, and they brought some Igbo people into their government. No, and Bianca and the British, with the support of British too. So now they were able to gang up and hold him down. So this is the fact, and you can't intimidate us to become afraid from speaking the truth. We have to speak the truth no matter what. So now, but Odegu, my brother, we have to be bold when we speak because we know how everything went down. We know it. We saw it here. But all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. Spring shall be rebuilt.
Everybody should just get it. This time around, everybody should just get busy, and anything you can do on your own. Everybody should just get busy. Nobody should lose his guard. Anybody that is I think the time for complaint have passed. Where we are now, it's just do the little you can and hope on Chukwu Abiyama to intervene. Because the stage where we are now is just clear what the prophecy of Nnamdi when he said that the coming of Biafra, the way he described the coming of Biafra, the last miracle on the earth.
Yeah.
That is just where we are today, that last miracle. And I believe that is what he went ahead to say, that the Biafra will come in such a way that nobody is going to take the glory.
Yeah, that's true.
He said it will come in such a way that you will not say it is because of you or because of what you did. And that is what is about to happen. Because from all this analysis we are doing and from this, the direction Donald Trump is going now with all those people, if they can continue to stand on this removal of this their Sharia law, it will go to get to a point. The only discussion that will be on the table will be this.
A game changer. Yeah, it will be a game changer.
It will only be that language must come in. Since you cannot remove, okay, why not practice this thing among those who want to practice it?
Yeah.
Cover your boundaries. Feel free, enjoy your caliphate in your own area, and allow people to enjoy their secular system. Every other group that want to be on their own, they should go and be on their own. Simple.
Yeah.
And the problem will end. That is the ultimate solution. And for the United States also, if they want to make this thing easy, save the life of their soldiers, save their resources, you don't need to put soldiers on the ground. You don't need to waste your resources. Every region can defend themselves.
Yeah.
There is no region in Nigeria that cannot defend themselves. No region that cannot fight and defend themselves. The only thing we need to know is that boundary. Just mark here and say this is the boundary. And let the owners take care of it. The North can take care of themselves. The Southwest can take care of themselves. The Southeastern region can take care of themselves. The Middle Belt can take care of themselves. And you sit back and watch the progress. Simple. You don't even need to put any boot on the ground. Because if you put boot on the ground and you drive the terrorists, they will only just relax for some time. As soon as you go, they will come back.
Yeah. And they will lose soldiers too.
You will lose soldiers. Look at Afghanistan after how many years?
Because
you
enemies.
Soldiers, you lose nations, you lose resources, you lose everything.
Yeah. Because there are people who will work with the terrorists. They shoot you from behind. Yes. So you don't need boots on the ground if you really want to. It's easy, Just proclaim it, just profess it.
People defend themselves. They will.
Yeah.
They can. We can. If not, the same thing you did in Afghanistan. After how many years? You saw what they did.
Yeah.
In the morning, they work with US. In the night, they are working with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Immediately you left, every one of them, they collapsed into that same jihadism again.
Yeah.
All the ammunition you took there, they took it over. Everything you took there, they took it over.
And it's still in their heart, to the extent that some that they brought back in the US is trying to buy Americans too. You see what happened?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Because the hatred is deep.
So you learn from these mistakes. You learn from these mistakes. You learn from it. You don't even need to put boot on the ground. Allow us to defend ourselves. We can. The Yoruba people can defend themselves. The Middle Belt can defend themselves.
Yeah.
The Northerners can defend themselves. Just implement this thing that have been tried before. It is not an experiment. It is tested and trusted.
Yeah.
It's not an experiment. It has been done in Asia, done in Europe, done in South America. It worked.
Yeah.
Why? Even these resources you people are dying for, you will still have the same contract with us.
Yeah.
Is it compulsory that you must steal it free of charge? Must you steal it? Must you take it free? You will still have access to the resources. We are not going to keep it to ourselves. You will still have access to resources.
Yeah.
Highest thing you will do is to write the normal agreement, reach the normal agreement, and
simple.
Business continues. Why is it difficult? Why is it difficult?
And that guy from Austria, Gunther something, that is what he's preaching, So I think he is an ex-parliamentarian. I don't know much, but he's preaching the same thing in Austria, talking to different people that the meaningful thing to do that will have effect, is to just simple.
He's the chairman of NATO committee in Austria.
Oh, he's a prominent guy. He's a prominent person.
NATO committee, a committee in Austria. He's the chairman of NATO committee.
Before
the NATO committee, the committee they have in Austria.
Yes, so currently still in the is it before? I mean,
I'm not sure. That is what is in his handle, his Twitter handle. What he wrote here is chairman of NATO committee in Austria.
That means that is his current position. If that is, because otherwise it will be S. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah. So these are prominent people, and I've seen sometimes he tweets about that. So it's good. It's good. He is a man who he witnessed what happened in Bosnia and Yugoslavia. So he's deriving it from the experiment and the experience from there, how everything was. Some of those countries, some were 2 million, 1 million, 5 million, stuff like that. So you develop yourself, you protect your territory. So that is it.
Every publicity is important for us. Every publicity, even in the United States, like the one that the guy that attended the declaration, that his name? That guy that attended the declaration, that spoke during the declaration time, is also a very popular figure. He's speaking and he's mentioning the issue of Biafra. So everybody that can be able to mention it in their platform, it's important.
It's a welcome development. Yeah, it's a welcome.
It is good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. We're going to be rounding up. We will take rest, my brother. This thing don't be small. It don't be small matter.
I know.
We can't end our problem one day.
No.
Talking until one day we'll get a green light.
Yeah, so
give us your closing remark, my brother, so that we can be able to take some rest and come back later on.
Okay, bro. Choose. Once again, I say thank you for your unrelenting effort. We must continue. We have no choice. We just have to continue, So, and for every Biafran, we just, everybody, all hands must be on deck, Anything you can do, no matter how big or small, do it, because at the end of the day, it's for our own good and our generation unborn. Some who are, they, for whatever reason, they're falling on the wrong side. It's okay, but we'll continue to do what we do. It's sad that those you think that should be able to understand, they don't. Instead, they fight the system. They fight the people who are trying to rescue them, rescue their own future. So that is the sad part. Sometimes I mention names like that the guy, people like this, nobody hears from them again. So you just feel like they've succeeded, in silencing our PM, stuff like that. But we shall see, because I always say that we are fighting for a good cause. Therefore, victory surely will be ours. So I will pray to God to continue to guide Nnamdi Kanu and PM and every other Biafran person, man or woman, fighting for this cause. And we pray too that God continue to strengthen President Trump and all the Republicans who are committed to seeing the right thing happen in Nigeria. So there's absolutely nothing there, because if you want to be a Sharia, whatever, fine, go and form your own. Stop disturbing others. Stop trying to impose on people. So that is it, my brother. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again by the grace of God.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for your amazing and wonderful support. Thank you so much for all the encouragement to Biafrans and all the words you've just spoken. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my beloved brother. And I thank every Biafran that has been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. We are ending the program, hopefully to come back in the evening by 5:30 p.m. Biafran time. So I appreciate every one of you. May Chukwu be my guide and protect all of us. We must continue. Don't give up, no matter what happens, no matter what you do. Continue to be strong. Continue to be focused. Don't get distracted. The journey is tough, but we are going to get there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. All hope is not lost. Continue to do what you know you can be able to do on your own. Most importantly, if you're in Biafra land, be security conscious. Be security conscious. Be security conscious. I say it again. Be security conscious. Don't lose your guard. We need to do what we have to do. And I pray for our leaders, Maazi Nnamdi and Maazi Simon Eba. I pray for God's protection. I pray for divine strength. I pray for divine healing. I pray for divine revelation. May Chukwu Okukabiyama make a way where there is no way. Thank you all for being part of this program. See you again in the evening. Stay blessed. And may Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect all of you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Kwanza,
Chiko kikabia mapuni nyani ne chineke no gende sona efe wena kusiala nyanya ina goza hanso ya mbuni nyanya na jama we kama nzozo zingale nyanya ge farusi obo nane ge ole kali nyani ne kale kama mbalo ne kale on bia mne ndi so na kusiala na kusiala ne omadi ndo na kukole n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi ndị tinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị gị ka anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa isi obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị biko no kiwe meka Biafra we yo so no no mo gata bana ani we na lo we na je mo na nyan ke kuri to ni we ti no mo ye so mo ga ni aka jo ni mo na ko ga mo ni pa na ba ta no ko sa han so isia Julia han so le
But you know what? They don't like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Don't